Moshea. I spent 32 years with the Tennessee Army National Guard. I was the first full-bird female colonel in the Guard, but that's later in the story. I actually joined the Guard in November of 1975 and was one of the first females in the Guard, and spent 5 years as an enlisted person. I actually joined under civilian acquired skills because I was an LPN working on my associate degrees. And over the next 5 years, I was promoted from E3 to E5 sergeant, and that was probably one of the best times of my life. Being enlisted was quite the experience. And then when I graduated with my associate degrees, I got a direct commission as a second lieutenant. And immediately following that, in May of 1980, the Metro paramedics and firefighters went on strike in Nashville. And that was a very trying time. The Guard was activated. We ran the fire stations. I was responsible for the fire station at Donaldson, which is a large fire station. But not only did the firemen go on strike and the paramedics, they dumped everything out of the ambulance and unrolled the fire hoses on the fire trucks. It took us about 2 days, and if you've ever had a fire hose in your hand, they're very, very, very heavy. But anyway, we were able to reassemble everything and provide service. Metro Police would not assist us at all. They would escort us to an ambulance call, but they would not cross their brother's line. So the first call I got was it was me, an aidman, enlisted aidman, and an enlisted driver. And the first call I got was a gunshot wound to the chest on the Davison County, Wilton County line. And I have these two small people and myself, and we take the ambulance out there, and he's laying down off of the street, and I go down and I evaluate him, and he wasn't actually shot in the chest, he was shot in the shoulder. I looked at him, he was about 300 pounds, about 6 feet tall. I said, "Do you think you could walk to that ambulance?" And he got up and walked to the ambulance. But Metro actually changed, my opinion of them changed. A few nights later, on Briley Parkway, there was a young woman who was trapped in an F-150 Ford pickup truck with her. Her boyfriend and her girlfriend had been out drinking, and it was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And if you recall, on Briley Parkway near the old Airbnb entrance, it's a real big curve with a concrete wall. It was a one-vehicle accident, and for some reason or other, her boyfriend was driving, her friend was in the middle, and when they hit, she took the fetal position, and she was trapped. And the other two got out, but she burned to death in the vehicle. And so I was a new lieutenant. Here I am with my my aidman and my medic and my driver. And the policeman comes over to me, Metro policeman comes over to me, and he says, "You know you have to put that body in a body bag." And so here I am, I'm scurrying for trying to call to get a body bag. And I don't know how much time went by, but about an hour later, the Metro policeman came back to me and he said, "I put that body in a body bag for you." And so after that, I had a lot of respect for them, even though they didn't assist us. Normally when a policeman goes out with a fireman on a call, if they need help lifting the stretcher, they'll help or whatever. But after that, I thought, maybe all Metro policemen are not so bad. I learned a lot about leadership. I learned a lot about not crossing your brother's lines, a lot of those things. So that happened in 1980. And I had a very exciting career. I was primarily special staff to the Adjutant General. And back when I started, Carl Wallace was the Adjutant General, and he was very colorful. And I was the only woman on the staff. And my job, I was the occupational health nurse. It was a new position they created, covered the entire state. I think we had 13,000 troops, probably 3,000 Air Guard troops, 13,000 Army Guard troops, 18 operational maintenance shops, 3 flight facilities, which are the Army aviation flight facilities where the helicopters were repaired across the state. I covered the entire state, wrote policy, did occupational health, just a lot of stuff. But it was very good, and the military provided me with a great education. And at the same time, I was working on my BSN, and I did get my BSN and complete that, and actually got my master's in 1994 in human resources from Cumberland University. And Cumberland was a wonderful asset to the military also. Cumberland had small classes. It was a private college. It was really a great learning curve for me. And so I always thought I'd get my PhD in nursing, but never got that. But I'm content with where I'm at today. And I spent 32 great years, did a lot of training, spent a lot of years at Camp Shelby, a lot of years at Fort Stewart, to me, it was a wonderful experience. The units were deployed a lot. I was in CASH, I was in the CASH, I was in the MASH, I was in Headquarters Stark. But as your rank grows, you have less possibility of being deployed when you become a lieutenant colonel or full-board colonel, and I was a career soldier. So I was fortunate, just in my timing, I missed just about every deployment. Desert Storm, I missed Desert Storm. Operation Iraqi Freedom, I missed that, just because when you have a head nurse, you only need 1 or 2 for the unit, full-board colonels, and so I just timing, I guess God was just with me, so I missed most deployments, but I'm not unhappy about that. I got to spend more time with my family, and I am married. I have 3 children, but first I should tell you about my husband, Mark. He's a wonderful individual, very smart. He always supported me in everything I wanted to do, and always made me believe I could do anything I wanted to do. I have 3 children. My youngest is a captain in the Air Force, and my middle daughter is a dentist in Jacksonville, Florida, and my oldest daughter, her claim to fame is she lives on our street in Smyrna. So we have been in Smyrna since 1984, so we've been there for a lot of years, and we plan to stay there for the rest of our days. That's it.